Hi, and welcome to Campus Conversations. I'm Richard McDevitt. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a great show for you, and I'd like to introduce my teammates here because we're going to talk about upcoming performances in Robinson Hall. And so we're delighted to have Chris Barton from Robinson Hall with us, as well as a couple of our directors that are involved in productions this coming year, Robin Witt and James Vesce. And we've got a lot to talk about. But let me start, Chris, by asking you, Robinson is a wonderful venue. A lot of people, I'm sure, have been there. Others maybe not. It's a great season. Tell me what some of your highlights are.
Well, within the College of Arts and Architecture, we've got our three performing arts departments: theater, music, and dance. Each one produces a season of faculty performances, student performances throughout the year, and we've got a really strong one this year.
Okay.
The theater season, we're here with our theater faculty today, is themed New Visions, New Voices this year. And I think that really cuts right to what our theater department does really well, and that's taking new looks at the classic literature and presenting the works of new and contemporary playwrights.
One of the great beauties of what we can do here at the university is the wide variety of kind of subject matter that you all can deal with, from, as Chris said earlier, a Shakespeare guy, all the way through very contemporary materials. And is it hard achieving balance? I mean, and as you choose productions year in and year out, are you seeking to strike a balance?
Well, I think always. I think we have a very clear process that we use, and we do earmark certain kinds of plays or genres of plays, and we have a theater education program. So children's theater is a part of what we do from time to time, or theater for youth. We are committed to musicals because university students really enjoy participating in those. But we also have a commitment to Shakespeare in our season, and other styles of plays and genres of plays. I think we're very careful to make sure that our season has a balance of Western theater and perhaps more multicultural work, and I think that's very important to us, that we represent other kinds of playwrights and ways of thinking about plays. And this year and last year we were thinking very carefully about more representation for women in our department, either through the works of women playwrights or works which allow us to cast more women in our shows.
It's kind of a privileged position that we've got. We can program in a way that is varied, in a way that some private theater companies can't. We don't have the same pressures, and we have some more freedoms, and we have an academic mission to pursue. So I hope that comes through, and that's what people can come to enjoy about theater at UNC Charlotte.
Oh, absolutely. I would say that very strongly, is that what's, from a marketing perspective or a connection to the community, you're going to see a great deal more variety here than you would in what's commercially viable in a in a for-profit institution. That's exactly. I agree with that strongly. Let's talk about the other performance that we're here to discuss today, and that's India's Song. The most exciting thing about it, how you chose that performance?
Well, I didn't pick the play. I'm new faculty this year, so I inherited the play, and I'm very thrilled to have been introduced to it. It would not have been in my radar otherwise. It is a fascinating play that written by Marguerite Duras, who is a French playwright. She's written novels. She's a filmmaker, was a filmmaker. She passed away about 10 years ago. She is very well known in France, and perhaps not so much in the U.S. And this play is based on 3 of her India cycle novels. One in particular is called The Vice Council, and it is a tragic love story of a European woman who is married to the French ambassador to Calcutta, India, who is desperately sad and ends up committing suicide. And this is not a spoiler alert, because the narration tells us that at the very top of the play, so people are going to know that anyway. The structure is very challenging, and I'm very excited about it. There's a multiple narrative structure in it. There's disembodied voices. There's third-person narration. and there's different realities happening within the play. But it really is a mark of its time. It was, the novel was written in '65, but the play was written in '71, so it really comes out of the French philosophical deconstructionist era with, Derrida, leading the charge on that. But it's very lyrical, it's very emotional, and it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for about 23 to 25 undergraduate students to participate as an ensemble in this beautiful piece. So yeah.
Staging, we deal with some beautiful spaces here at the university. Robinson is wonderful in a couple of different ways. Talk to me about the challenges of space as you render these kinds of production. It's such a lovely theater that, I mean, people that have been there obviously know, but people in the Charlotte area, some of them have not been on campus to that facility, and they may not be aware of what a lovely spot it is. So.
It is, and it has a tremendous amount of fly space in it. The play India Song has 3 separate locations, and so we're trying to figure out how to transform from one act to the other in a truly elegant and beautiful way. That
now she's giving me a pop quiz here on fly space, and I know what fly space is because you fly the backgrounds in and out. So what you're telling me is there's a lot of capacity for the movement of the scenery, and it is a large space. So that's very exciting. That's very exciting.
And besides being state-of-the-art behind the stage, it's a great place for an audience.
Yes, it is.
340 seats, really elegantly designed, a great place for theater. And that's the Ann R. Belk Theater, where
right.
India Song is played. And
Yeah. Tell me about dates and times for India Song. When is this coming up? I don't recall them off the top of my head.
it's, I believe we open November 17th and
We do.
close on the 21st.
Okay.
So it's a week. It's a week.
And again, that's a Wednesday opening
Okay.
through Sunday with a matinee at 2 o'clock on that Sunday afternoon.
And all of that information for ticket sales and so on is available on the website.
Everything about the arts at UNC Charlotte can be found at performances.uncc.edu. And that covers all 3 of our performing arts departments. We have visual art over in the Row Arts Galleries.
Right.
And visit us there. We're on Facebook. Start a conversation. Let us know how we're doing.
Great. James Vesce, Robin Witt, Chris Barton, thanks for being with us today. One more time, the website where they can get the info is?
performances.uncc.edu.
Great. Make a note of that, and we will look forward to seeing you all in the performances coming up this fall, and thanks for joining us today. Thanks to all of you for being here. This is Campus Conversations. We'll see you next time.